Okay, real talk. Have you ever been in a conversation in English and someone said something to you and you understood every single word, but you just froze? You just couldn't answer?
Yes. And that moment feels awful. Your mind is running, your heart is going fast, and your mouth just stops working.
Exactly. That moment. We know that moment very well. And today, we're going to talk about the one skill, the one real superpower that can stop that from happening ever again.
Welcome to Speak Unstoppable. Hello and welcome back to Speak Unstoppable, the podcast that helps you speak English with confidence in real life every single day. I'm Maria.
And I'm John. And if you are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. You are in the right place. This podcast is made for people just like you. People who understand English, who study English, but who still feel stuck when it's time to actually speak.
And if you've been with us for a while, thank you so much. You keep coming back, and that means everything to us.
Today's episode is one I'm really excited about. Because we're not just talking about English today. We're talking about something that goes deeper than grammar, deeper than vocabulary. We're talking about a superpower.
And once you understand what this superpower is and how to use it, your English conversations will never feel the same again. So, stay with us. Let's get into it.
Okay, Maria, let me ask you something. If I said to you, Maria, what is the most important thing for speaking English fluently? What would most people say?
Most people would probably say grammar or vocabulary or maybe pronunciation.
Right. That's what most people think. Study more grammar. Learn more words. Fix your accent.
And those things do matter. We're not saying they don't. But here's the truth, and this might surprise you. There are millions of people in the world who have perfect grammar, and they still can't hold a simple conversation.
Because something is missing. And that something is the real superpower we're talking about today.
So what is it? We'll tell you in just a moment. But first, think about this. Think about someone you know in real life. Someone who is just easy to talk to. Someone who makes you feel comfortable. Someone where the conversation just flows naturally.
You know that person, right? Everyone knows one person like that.
Now, do you think that person is easy to talk to because their grammar is perfect?
Probably not.
Exactly. The real superpower is not grammar. It's not vocabulary. The real superpower is the ability to keep a conversation going. Naturally. Without panic. Without silence. Without freezing.
And that skill has a name. It's called conversational flow. And today, we're going to teach you exactly how to build it.
So let's start from the beginning. What exactly is conversational flow?
Good question. Flow, this word means movement that is smooth and continuous, like water in a river. The water doesn't stop. It just keeps moving forward, naturally.
And conversational flow means the same thing, but with words. It means a conversation that moves forward naturally, without long, uncomfortable silences, without panic, without one person doing all the talking while the other person just nods.
Now, for many English learners, especially at the intermediate level, conversations feel more like a broken road. You're driving, and then suddenly, a hole. A big hole in the road. And you stop.
And that hole, that moment of stopping, usually happens for one of three reasons. John, do you want to take the first reason?
Sure. Reason number 1. You can't find the right word fast enough, so your brain is searching, searching, searching. And meanwhile, 3 seconds have passed. 5 seconds. And now it feels awkward.
Reason number 2. You understood what the other person said, but you don't know how to respond. You have thoughts, but you can't put them into English quickly enough.
And reason number 3, and this is a big one. You're so worried about making a mistake that you don't say anything at all. You wait until you have the perfect sentence ready, and by then, the moment is gone.
These three things, slow word finding, slow response building, and fear of mistakes, these are the three enemies of conversational flow.
So how do we fight these enemies? That's what the rest of today's episode is all about.
And here's the most important thing to understand right now. Conversational flow is not about being perfect. It's about being continuous, keeping the conversation moving, even when you make small mistakes.
Think about it this way. If you're driving a car and you hit a small bump in the road, do you stop the car?
No, you just keep going.
Exactly. Small mistakes in conversation, wrong word, wrong grammar, those are bumps, not walls. You keep going.
Okay, so now let's talk about the actual tools, the practical things you can do starting today to improve your conversational flow.
Tool number 1, and this is my personal favorite, is called the echo technique.
The echo technique. Let me explain this. Echo means to repeat something. Like when you shout in a mountain and you hear your voice come back. That's an echo.
In conversation, the echo technique means you repeat the last few words the other person said as a response. And it works incredibly well when you need a second to think.
For example, someone says to you, "I just got a new job at a tech company," and you don't know what to say next. So you use the echo technique. You say, "Oh, a tech company? That's interesting. Which one?"
You see what happened there? You repeated 2 words, tech company, and turned it into a question. Now the other person is talking again, and you just bought yourself a few more seconds to think.
This technique does 2 things at the same time. It shows the other person you were listening, which they always appreciate. And it keeps the conversation going while your brain catches up.
Tool number 2 is called filler phrases. Now, filler means something you use to fill a space. Like when you have a hole in a wall, you fill it.
Filler phrases are short phrases that fill silence while you think of what to say next. In English, fluent speakers use these all the time. And here's the important thing. They are completely normal and natural to use.
Some great filler phrases for B1, B2 learners are, "That's a good point." Or, let me think about that for a second. Or, "That's interesting, actually."
These phrases do something very clever. They tell the other person, "I heard you. I'm thinking. I'm not ignoring you."
And while you're saying the filler phrase, your brain is working. Finding the words. Building the sentence.
So instead of silence, which feels awkward, you have something natural. Something that sounds confident.
Because here's the thing. Native speakers use filler phrases all the time. You know what? Actually, so the thing is,
These are not signs of weak English. They are signs of natural English.
so don't be afraid of them. Use them. They are your friends.
Tool number 3, and this one is the most powerful of all, is called the question bridge.
The question bridge. I love this one.
A question bridge means when you don't know what to say next, you ask a question. Any question. About what the other person just said.
And why is this so powerful?
Because when you ask a question, two things happen. The other person starts talking, and you get more time to think.
It's like building a bridge to the next part of the conversation.
Exactly. So, for example, someone says, I went to Turkey last summer. And you don't know what to say. You've never been to Turkey. You know nothing about Turkey.
Most people would panic and say something like, "Oh, nice."
And the conversation dies.
But with the question bridge, you say, "Oh wow, Turkey. What was the best thing you did there?"
And now they're talking for 2 minutes about Turkey. And you're listening. And you're thinking. And when they finish, you have so much more to respond to.
The question bridge is also beautiful because it shows genuine interest, and people love talking to someone who is genuinely interested in them.
So let's recap the 3 tools. Tool 1, the echo technique. Repeat the last few words as a question.
T-short natural phrases to fill silence. While 2. Filler phrases. Use short natural phrases to fill silence while you think.
Tool 3, the question bridge. When you don't know what to say, ask a question.
3 tools. That's it. Simple, powerful, and you can start using them today.
Maybe you know this feeling too. The conversation stops. The silence comes. And you freeze.
Next time, use one of these tools. Just one. And see what happens.
Okay, let's talk about something that surprises a lot of English learners.
What's that?
Fluent speakers, even native speakers, they make mistakes all the time.
All the time.
They say the wrong word. They start a sentence and then change it in the middle. They use grammar that isn't perfect.
But we don't notice. Because they keep going.
Yes, and this is the key difference. Fluent speakers don't stop when they make a mistake. They continue. They self-correct naturally. And the conversation keeps moving.
Self-correct means to fix your own mistake, quickly, without making a big deal of it.
So, for example, instead of stopping and saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, my English is not good," a fluent speaker just says, "I went to the, I came from the meeting and keeps going."
You fix it. You move on. Nobody remembers the mistake.
Because here's the truth about conversations. People don't remember your mistakes. They remember how the conversation felt.
Did they feel heard? Did they feel interested? Did they enjoy talking to you?
Those things matter 1,000 times more than perfect grammar.
And here's something else fluent speakers do. They listen actively. Actively means with full attention, not just waiting for their turn to speak.
Yes. Active listening means you're not thinking about your next sentence while the other person is talking. You are truly listening to them.
And when you truly listen, you always have something to say. Because they gave you something to respond to.
This is actually the biggest secret of conversational flow. The people who seem most fluent, they are the best listeners.
Not the best talkers. The best listeners.
Because good listening leads to good responding. And good responding leads to natural flow.
Simple. But it changes everything.
Maybe you know this feeling too. You were so busy thinking about what to say next that you missed what the other person said.
Stop planning. Start listening. The words will come. Okay. Practical time. Because knowing these tools is one thing. Using them is another.
Yes. So let's talk about how to actually practice this every day, even if you don't have anyone to practice with.
Practice idea 1. Talk to yourself.
Yes, I know that sounds strange, but it works.
Every day, pick a topic, any topic, and just talk. Out loud. In English for 2 minutes.
It could be what you did today, what you want to eat for dinner, what you think about a movie you watched.
The topic doesn't matter. The practice of speaking continuously, that matters.
Because your mouth needs practice. Your brain needs practice. Speaking out loud, even alone, builds the muscle.
Build the muscle, this is a great phrase. It means getting stronger through regular practice. Like going to the gym.
And speaking is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets.
Practice idea 2. Use the tools in low-pressure situations first.
Yes. Don't start with your most important English conversation. Start small.
Talk to the person at the coffee shop, the person in the elevator, the person at the checkout at the supermarket.
These are short, low-stakes conversations. Low stakes means if it goes wrong, it doesn't matter. You never see them again.
Use a filler phrase. Use the echo technique. Ask one question bridge question.
Just one. And notice how it changes the conversation.
Practice idea 3. Listen to English conversations. Not just for vocabulary, but for flow.
Yes, watch English podcasts, YouTube videos, movies, and pay attention to how people keep conversations going.
Notice the filler phrases they use. Notice how they ask follow-up questions. Notice how they self-correct.
You are learning the rhythm of English conversation. And rhythm, like music, comes from listening.
And practice idea 4. And this is the most important one.
What is it?
Give yourself permission to be imperfect.
Oh, yes.
Seriously. The biggest block to conversational flow is not lack of vocabulary. It's not lack of grammar. It's the belief that you have to be perfect before you can speak.
And that belief, it will keep you silent forever. Because perfect never comes.
But progress comes. Every day. With every conversation.
So give yourself permission to make mistakes, to pause, to use a filler phrase, to say the wrong word and fix it.
All of that is normal. All of that is human. All of that is English.
Maybe you know this feeling too. You waited until your English was perfect before speaking. And you're still waiting.
Stop waiting. Start speaking. The flow comes from practice, not from perfection.
Can I share something that took me a long time to learn?
Please.
I used to think that fluent English speakers had something I didn't have, some special talent, some gift.
And?
And I watched them carefully for a long time. And I realized they didn't have a gift. They had practice. And they had one thing I was missing.
What was that?
They were comfortable with imperfection. They didn't care if they said something slightly wrong. They just kept going.
And when they kept going, the other person kept going. And the conversation flowed.
And I realized it wasn't about English at all. It was about confidence. The confidence to keep going even when it's not perfect.
And confidence, it doesn't come before speaking. It comes from speaking.
Yes, you don't wait until you're confident to speak. You speak. And confidence grows from that.
Every conversation, even the awkward ones, builds something. Builds your flow. Builds your comfort. Builds your confidence.
So don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for the perfect sentence.
Just open your mouth. Use your tools. And trust the process.
Remember this sentence. Fluency is not about speaking perfectly. It's about speaking continuously.
Say it again.
Fluency is not about speaking perfectly. It's about speaking continuously.
Write that down. Put it somewhere you can see it.
And remind yourself, every time you want to stay silent, that sentence. Okay, everyone, let's slow down now. Word tour time.
Key words from today. Say them with us.
Word 1. Flow. This means smooth, continuous movement, without stopping. Example 1. Once she relaxed, the conversation started to flow naturally. Example 2. I want my English to flow, not stop and start.
Flow is the goal, not perfection. Flow.
Word 2. Echo. This means to repeat something back, like your voice bouncing off a wall. Example 1. She echoed his words to show she was listening. Example 2. I used the echo technique and it kept the conversation going perfectly.
Echo first. Think second. It buys you time and sounds natural.
Word 3. Filler phrases. These are short, natural phrases used to fill silence while you think. Example 1. That's a good point is a great filler phrase for English conversations. Example 2. Using filler phrases makes your English sound more natural and fluent.
Filler phrases are not weak English. They are real English. Use them without shame.
Word 4. Self-correct. This means to fix your own mistake quickly and continue speaking. Example 1. She self-corrected naturally without breaking the flow of the conversation. Example 2. Don't stop when you make a mistake. Just self-correct and keep going.
Self-correct and move on. That's what fluent speakers do. Every single time.
Word 5. Active listening. This means listening with full attention, not just waiting for your turn to speak. Example 1. Active listening means you're focused on the other person, not on your next sentence. Example 2. He was such an active listener, he always knew exactly what to say next.
Active listening is the secret weapon of every great conversationalist.
Word 6. Low stakes. This means a situation where it doesn't matter much if things go wrong. Example 1. Talking to someone at a coffee shop is a low-stakes conversation, perfect for practice. Example 2. Start with low-stakes situations before moving to important conversations.
Low-stakes conversations are your practice ground. Use them every day.
Word 7. Rhythm. This means a regular pattern of movement or sound, a natural beat. Example 1. Every language has its own rhythm, and you learn it by listening. Example 2. Once you find the rhythm of English conversation, speaking becomes so much easier.
English has a rhythm. Listen for it, feel it, and then speak it.
Word 8. Continuously. This means without stopping, without long breaks. Keeping going. Example 1. Fluency means speaking continuously, even when it's not perfect. Example 2. The goal is not to speak perfectly, it's to speak continuously.
continuously. That is the whole secret. In one word. Okay, one thing to practice today. Just one.
Today, have one conversation. In English. Any conversation. Even a short one.
And in that conversation, use at least one of the 3 tools.
The echo technique. A filler phrase. Or a question bridge.
Just one. That's your only job.
And here is your sentence template for today. Practice saying this.
That's really interesting. Can you tell me more about that?
Say it now. Out loud.
That's really interesting. Can you tell me more about that?
Again. Naturally. Like you mean it.
That's really interesting. Can you tell me more about that?
That one sentence, it shows interest. It keeps the conversation going. It works in almost any situation.
And most importantly, it takes the pressure off you. Because now the other person is talking.
And you are listening. And thinking. And preparing your next response.
That is conversational flow. And you just practiced it. Okay. Comment challenge time.
This week's question.
Which of the 3 tools are you going to try first? The echo technique, filler phrases, or the question bridge?
Write it in the comments. Just one sentence. I'm going to try the underscore because underscore.
Because when you write it down, you commit to it. And commitment leads to action.
We read every single comment. Everyone. And we love hearing from you.
If this episode helped you, please give it a like. It really helps more people find us.
And subscribe to Speak Unstoppable if you haven't yet. New episodes every day, real conversations, real English, real life.
Thank you for being here today.
You showed up. You learned 3 real tools today. Tools that can change how you speak English, starting from your very next conversation.
That is not small. That is huge.
Until next time, keep speaking.
Keep flowing.
And remember, fluency is not about speaking perfectly.
It's about speaking continuously.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.